In October 1978, a rescue vessel called the Sea Sentinel was dispatched into the Pacific. 300 miles off the coast of Fiji, no storm, no distress beacon, just a fishing boat, dead in the water. This was routine, the kind of call the Sentinel was built for. Heavy hull, advanced sonar, backup power systems, a ship designed to solve problems, not become one. The crew expected a simple tow, hook the line, bring them home. Done. But at exactly 2:14 a.m., something happened that no one on board understood. The engines failed. Not gradually, not with warning. They just stopped. Then came the silence. Total silence. No propulsion, no hum of machinery, just open ocean. Dark. Still. And then, something else started. Not a sound you could hear, not a signal on the radio, but something leaving the ship, something spreading into the water, and within minutes, something in the ocean answered. Most people think they understand sharks. They think it's about blood, movement, splashing, but that's surface-level thinking, because sharks don't just hunt with smell, they hunt with electricity. Hidden along their snouts are thousands of tiny sensory organs, the ampullae of Lorenzini. They detect electrical fields, weak ones, strong ones. Everything living in the ocean gives off a signal. Fish, humans, even muscle movement creates it. To a shark, the ocean isn't dark. It's alive with invisible signals. Now imagine this. You're in complete darkness, and suddenly, a massive strobe light starts flashing, not steady, not controlled, but chaotic, erratic, impossible to ignore. That's what the Sea Sentinel became. When the main power failed, the backup generator kicked in. But something inside the system had ruptured, a transformer, damaged, unstable. And instead of containing the electrical current, it leaked it. Salt water doesn't block electricity. It carries it, spreads it, amplifies it. And what leaked out of that ship wasn't normal. It wasn't clean. It was chaotic, pulsing, unnatural. To a shark, that doesn't feel like a machine. That feels like something injured, something struggling, something dying. At first, no one panicked. The crew felt a bump, a single dull impact against the hull. They assumed debris, floating wood, something loose in the water. It happens. Out there, you expect the unexpected, but then it happened again. Same side, same area, same kind of impact. Not random, not drifting, intentional. That's when the mood shifted, because random things don't hit the same place twice, and whatever was down there was coming back. Below the surface, a tiger shark had arrived, drawn in by the signal. It didn't attack, not yet. Because sharks don't waste energy blindly. They investigate first, circle, observe, test. The bump wasn't aggression, it was curiosity, a question. What is this? And the ship kept answering, with every pulse of electricity leaking into the water. This is where survival stories take a turn, because danger in the ocean doesn't explode instantly. It builds, quietly, unnoticed, until it's too late to reverse it. Within minutes, that signal had spread, farther than the crew realized, farther than they could see. Miles, carried through open water, and other sharks felt it, not saw it, not smelled it, felt it, like a vibration through the ocean itself, and they started moving toward it. One became two became several, and the behavior changed. The bumps became more frequent, more deliberate. The crew started hearing it, not splashing, not fins cutting water, but something heavier, bodies brushing against metal, skin scraping along the hull. Then came the first bite, a sharp jolt, not enough to breach, but enough to be felt across the entire vessel. And it didn't happen randomly. It hit near the stern, near the propeller shaft, near the source of the electrical leak. That's when the realization started forming. The crew noticed something strange. The impacts weren't scattered. They followed a pattern, a rhythm, a path. The sharks weren't circling blindly. They were tracking something, following something. Every strike, every scrape, every bite was closer to the strongest point of electrical output. The ship wasn't just in the water anymore, it was broadcasting, and the predators below were locked onto it. One crew member later described it as
knocking at the door.
But this wasn't random behavior. This was precision. The sharks were biting where the signal was strongest, because to them, that's where the life was. That's where the injury was. That's where the opportunity was. The sea sentinel had become something impossible, a massive, wounded animal made of steel. At this point, the truth became unavoidable. They weren't being attacked out of aggression. They were being targeted because they were broadcasting. Every second the generator stayed active, the signal continued, and the longer it continued, the more sharks it attracted. This wasn't bad luck. This wasn't coincidence. This was cause and effect. The ship designed to save lives had turned into a beacon, a dinner bell, and the ocean was responding. By 4 a.m., the crew faced a decision, one that most people will never have to make. Keep the power on, keep the lights, keep navigation, keep communication, or shut everything down, disappear. But shutting down meant losing control. No radio, no sonar, no drift control, nothing but open ocean in complete darkness. And they weren't alone out there anymore. The sharks were already there, already investigating, already testing. Turning off the power didn't guarantee safety. It just changed the risk. Stay visible, or become invisible, but possibly helpless. They chose darkness. When the power cut, everything changed. The signal stopped. The pulse disappeared. The ocean went quiet again. At least, electrically. But the sharks didn't vanish instantly. They were still there, still circling, still aware of something that had been there moments before. The crew sat in silence. No lights, no movement, just listening, waiting, feeling every small shift in the hull, every scrape, every subtle contact. But something was different. The aggression faded. Without the signal, the ship stopped feeling alive. It stopped feeling wounded. It became nothing. Just another object in the water. And slowly, the attention faded. At sunrise, the Sea Sentinel was located and towed to safety. No fatalities. But the event changed everything. Because what happened that night revealed something most people never consider. The ocean doesn't just see you. It doesn't just hear you. It feels you. And sometimes, the very systems you rely on are the ones exposing you. That's why modern vessels are shielded, why electrical systems are contained, why silent signaling matters. Because offshore, being loud isn't always survival. Sometimes, being quiet is the only thing that keeps you alive. And most people never realize that until it's already too late. Most people think they'll scream for help. But out there, your voice disappears fast. Wind, distance, waves. If you can't be seen, you need to be heard the right way. Because survival isn't about making noise. It's about being found.